this is Sean, and in this lesson we'll continue with the rules of third strategy, this time looking at the triplet minor. Now, if you've already looked at triplet major in my other lessons, then you'll find this a breeze. If you haven't, don't worry, I'll put the links in the description. But bear in mind, I will be demonstrating phrases using some of the other thirds I've taught before, but all those links will be in the description, so you can watch those if you need to. Here's the minor third we'll be focusing on, because this whole series so far has just been about building phrases based on these C major 7 notes. So the triplet minor goes up a scale note and down a half step and then completes the third. Okay, using an 8th note triplet or quaver triplet. Now you might be wondering, why did I say up a scale note or up the scale and then down a half step? Why didn't I say up a half step and down a half step? Because not every minor third in context is going to do that. Some of them will go up a whole step and then down a half step. Or put it differently, sometimes the next scale note will be a whole step up and then you go down that half step, which is more of a passing note. Okay, so that's why in this case I'm saying scale note up, half step down and back. That's the triplet minor up. Now it's very similar to the triplet major up. I'll quickly recap it. This is a major. It's similar because you go up the scale, down a half step and complete the third. So in fact you could play the whole C major 7th chord like that in triplet major here, triplet minor here, triplet major here. So you could say great, you've got a phrase that you might not have played otherwise. Now, who recognized what happened at the end? If you watch the first lesson on the chromatic major, that was the descending chromatic major. And then I put an extra note. Let's play that phrase again, the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet minor, triplet major, descending chromatic major. So stringing these things up and then putting them in context with scales and other chord notes, you get some great phrases. So we're doing this down, G to E. Up the scale, down the scale, half step below the ending note. Okay? So that's our descending triplet minor. Let's join it to something. So here's a whole phrase. Triplet minor down, down the scale, up a chord from E. Let's put that in onto a progression. 1, 6, 2, 5, for example. That will work fine. Something like that. So with the triplet minor up and down, we can do a whole load of stuff mixed in with the triplet majors up and down, or the chromatic majors up and down, or the standard minors up and down. The sky's the limit. You'll really never run out of things to do. So let's string it up, the triplet minor, with some other things that we've already learned. So this is the standard minor down. This is the triplet minor up. So now I'm going to join the two together. Okay. It was the chromatic major at the top. So let's try another one. There was the triplet minor up, upper chord, well, that's the end of it. It's chromatic major down. Had to think about that. So there are all kinds of things you could do with triplet minors. Experiment with joining them to chromatic majors and standard minor patterns, triplet majors and other triplet minor patterns going up and down. See how you get on.